Hi, I'm Tracy Vance. I just wanted to connect with you and really give you some information about the connection between your mind and your body. Now, I know we always talk about mind, body, and spirit, and I know you know that they're connected, but are you aware of actually how much they're connected? Because most people aren't. And what I find with that is that it's easy to slip into old habits, even if you do know a little bit about it. So, for instance, like today, I was getting ready and I was having a totally bad hair day, as you can probably tell. It just does not want to do what I want it to do, which is probably down to the weather. So I found myself going, oh my God, my hair looks awful. Oh my God, I hate my hair. I had to really pull myself up and go, oh, don't say that, okay? Because our thoughts, our feelings, they tell our body what to do and they create our reality. So if I start telling my hair I hate it, that's not very loving. If I walked up to you and went, do you know what, I really hate you, you wouldn't like that. So, my body doesn't want to be hearing that either. So I changed that dialogue. I told it how much I loved it and I apologized to it, which I know sounds a little bit flaky. So I wanted to give you some frames of reference that you can go and look at so you can see that I'm not stark staring mad. Okay. So the brilliant Dr. Joe Dispenza, he talks at great length about the mind and body connection. All right. So the stress that we go through on a daily basis, the internal dialogue that we have with ourselves, like I hate my hair, that all goes to a cellular level and it causes untold damage and then problems, okay? Yvette Rose, she has a fabulous book called Metaphysical Anatomy, and every single thing that can go wrong with the body starts here. It starts in that mindset and that dialogue we have with ourselves, okay? My favorite up until I discovered Yvette Rose was Deb Shapiro, and hers just makes so much sense. And both of these authors built on the wonderful Louise Hay, but obviously this is a lot more up to date, and sadly Louise Hay is no longer with us. So Yvette Rose and Deb Shapiro talk about what your body is trying to tell you. And Deb Shapiro's book is actually called Your Body Speaks Your Mind. So if you've got lower back problems, it's because you don't feel very supported. And if you've got knee problems, it's because you feel overburdened. Okay. Now, your sensible brain might be telling you a completely different story. So that conscious brain has a different idea of what's going on. But the subconscious mind is basically a buildup of all of those thoughts and feelings that you've had over the years. Okay. So, for instance, I've got a client who kept telling themselves that they hated their work and they hated the pressure of having to pay all the bills and everything. And then they realized that, this was a pointless conversation to be having with themselves, because even if they were single, they would have to do all of this. And if they were single, it would be harder because they'd have to do everything themselves. So they changed what they were saying. Now, I had a period where I was getting lots of sinus problems, and this was because things were irritating me. Now, it can be people, it can be situations, it can be even yourself. And so I know now that if I get a sinus problem, I need to take a look at what it is that's irritated me. And I had one a couple of months ago, and I knew exactly what it was that had got up my nose. Okay, so can you see the link? It's about how your body reacts. If you get problems with your digestive system, like IBS and stuff like that, it's because your body can't digest something that's going on, or it can't digest those thoughts and those feelings. If you have issues to do with going to the bathroom, that can be because you can't let go of stuff. It can be because your body can't process things. Okay, so when you think about it, it's actually really obvious. Now, the other person that I want to mention to you is a Japanese man called Dr. Emoto. Now, he did the water experiment. You can find all his videos on YouTube, but I will put some links. And what he did was he had these petri dishes with water, and he sent love and prayers and music to some of them, and then he took some others where he sent anger and hatred and negativity and just played news to them and all sorts. And when he put them under the microscope after having frozen them, the negative ones, they were all twisted and black and horrible. Whereas the ones it sent all the positive stuff to, the love and the prayers and things like that, they were like pristine snowflakes under the microscope. So this is what we do to ourselves when we send that negativity. So this is why it's really important to be aware of your thoughts and what you're saying to yourself, what you're putting out there, and whether that's somebody in the news that you don't like say Putin recently. I'm sure there's lots of people wishing him lots of negative stuff, but that's not good because you're still putting it out in the universe. You're better off sending love and support to the Ukrainians. You're better off sending love to Mother Earth, to the world, and that applies to any story. So, you know, if you're watching something about a politician and, you know, it's driving you nuts and you want to start ranting at them, think about how you can do that in a positive way and send positive energy. Okay. Now, the reason that this is so important is because all of our health issues start in our belief system. So if you're doing the I hate myself, I'm fat, I'm not attractive enough, or whatever it is that everyone says to themselves, because 99% of people talk to themselves in a really negative way. And all the things that happen to us, childhood trauma, relationship traumas, actual physical traumas, so accidents or very traumatic events such as terrorist attacks, car accidents, just anything you can think of, basically. These all create beliefs in us that then, if they're not dealt with, go to our bodies and create disease, health conditions, mental health conditions, emotional conditions. So really, basically, the way to look at it is, if you're not balanced, then something's going on in your head that needs to be changed. Okay. So I wanted to bring this to your awareness so that you can think about what you're saying. You can consciously say something more empowering, something more positive, and therefore you can slowly change that dialogue. And as I always say to my coaching clients, if this was your best friend talking to you like this, would they still be your best friend? Because at the end of the day, if this was someone else talking to you the way that you talk to yourself, you'd probably just take them out of your life and not have anything to do with them. All right. So the first step of any change is being aware of what's not right. Once you know what isn't right, then you can change it. So don't give yourself a hard time. Don't beat yourself up. Just take yourself in hand and give yourself a bit of love. Okay. So let me know how this video resonated for you. Talk to me if you're in that situation and don't know how to change it, and let's see what we can do to sort you out. So I hope that helps, and I'll be back with another video before too long. In the meantime, go and love yourself. Bye.